All right, let's bring in Jeffrey Bloodworth. He's a political analyst with Gannon University. Thanks so much for your time. So, Trump, you heard him there speaking of a smooth transition to power. Joe Biden also spoke of the same thing. It's a really stark contrast to the last time that there was a transition of power between these same two men. What do you make of those comments, particularly in the context of January 6th?
I think it's Joe Biden trying to reestablish the tradition of peaceful transfers of power and one administration cooperating with the other. As you say, it could not be more disparate from 4 years ago, where Donald Trump offered no cooperation and launched an insurrection. But I think it's Joe Biden trying to, establish by example, a peaceful transfer of power.
How significant and I suppose important is a moment like this to ensure the country and the world that after such a tumultuous election cycle that a peaceful transition of power will occur?
I think nothing can be more important. I think this is, classic Joe Biden rising above the fray. Uh, Look, I mean, you can't have what happened 4 years ago happen in democratic societies. And what we've learned is that what it encourages peaceful transfers of power are just traditions. If people don't do or don't want to engage in that, then they act like Donald Trump did 4 years ago. And they throw tantrums and engage in violence. And how do we return to these norms? Is that we engage in these norms and we adhere to these norms. And what you heard from Donald Trump talking to Joe Biden was actually civil, which is, look, this is the glue that binds democracies together, is civil discourse, even when you lose.
It was very, very civil. What do you think the conversation will be like behind closed doors once there aren't cameras rolling on the two men?
I would imagine that the Biden administration is going to work, closely and seamlessly with the Trump administration to ensure peaceful transfer of power. I'm sure Biden officials are just beyond angry that they are held to one standard and that Donald Trump is not. That it must be crushing. But I'd be stunned if they did not behave as Americans should behave and have behaved throughout American history, except in 2021. One can only hope that this example establishes or reestablishes a tradition in America and abroad that democracies only endure when losers accept the results of the people in free and fair elections.
Do you suspect that Joe Biden will try to impart any wisdom or advice onto Donald Trump? And how do you think, if he does, how do you think that that might be received by Donald Trump?
I don't think it'd be received well by Donald Trump. I honestly think Joe Biden won't even try. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So I just want to ask you one more question just about Melania Trump. That's been confirmed now that she won't be meeting with Jill Biden. What's the significance of that? We know that it's tradition. What's the significance of, we've just spoken about tradition and a return to norms, but this is a departure from norms. So what do you make of that?
Typical Trump behavior is what this is. You extend an olive branch, you try to behave as democracies should behave, and they can't seem to rise to the occasion. I mean, it's shameful. It truly is. How hard is it? It isn't. This is not how democracies endure, and it's not a good sign. We should all, whether you voted for Joe Biden or not, right, behave like Joe Biden. I think that's a bipartisan message. Is that you're not a patriot just when you win. You're a patriot also when you lose, and this is the social glue that keeps democracies together. Is that even when your feelings are hard, you have to set an example in public, even in private, if you don't like each other.
All right, Jeffrey, we appreciate your time today. We have to leave it there, but thanks for coming on the show.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.